Hello all. I know I've had several of you in person, but for those of you who don't know me, my name is Samantha Schmidt, and I am your instructor for business law. I've been getting a lot of the same questions regarding citations, so I thought I would make a video about expectations for citing sources in a business class. I'm going to share a resource with you. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it. It's probably one of the best for citing sources if you've taken English before. I'm sure you've used it. It's called Purdue Owl. Um, and when you click on Purdue Owl, it takes you to a main menu. Here's citations for all different types. You can choose MLA, APA, some different like legal citations. Rule of thumb for business courses or any courses that are going to earn you like an Associate of Science degree, APA is going to be your go-to, right? So if you're doing an English course, MLA is the most appropriate. For a business class, you're going to want to stick to APA. So when you go to Purdue OWL, click on APA, and then I'm just here on this sample paper. I want to highlight a couple things about APA citations. So it's not enough to just put the full citation at the bottom of the page. You need to include in-text citations. So this helps me when I'm viewing your assignments. I can see what material you've sourced. I can look at the sources that you've used, and then I can see your own analysis, right? So when you're sourcing material, anything that is not common knowledge needs to be cited. So if we're talking about the sky is blue, common knowledge, everybody knows that, that's fine. When we're talking about legal concepts, it's not common knowledge. Even if it's something you knew already, it's not something that everyone knows. So you have to cite that material. So pretty much everything in our course needs to be cited, whether you're doing a discussion board or an assignment, or our quizzes are they're open note, open resource, right? So if you have an essay question that you've looked at the book for or you've looked online for, also needs to be cited. If you use AI, has to be cited. Okay, so when we're talking about APA citations, I need the author's name. This is a perfect example right here in this first sentence. I need the author's name right here, the year that it was published, like that. And then I need the page number. Okay, so everything in our class, page number, year, author's name. And that's in the text that you're writing. Then at the very bottom, you have your works cited page, references page. That is where you do your full APA citation. So this helps me again, access your resource. So you do an in-text citation so I know what part of your analysis came from that source. And then you do your full citation so then I can access your source online. I hope that makes sense. I also want to just remind you guys that using AI, totally allowed in this class. I 100% support it. There's a proper way to use it, right? And we talked about that in the syllabus. And you guys did the syllabus quiz where you acknowledge, like, hey, 80% of this has to be my own writing, 20% can be sourced or AI generated material. And some of you are doing a really great job of working with AI citations. It needs a little bit of work though, because if you look at my citation expectations for AI, so again, AI policy, everything is outlined in here. I give you the citation example for a quote. Did you copy and paste from AI? That's what you use. Or did you use AI as kind of like a tutor, like, hey, help me answer this question. I don't know how to do it. Um, this is the citation that you use. What's important here is that this part at the end, whether you're quoting or paraphrasing, you have to share your chat with me. So I want to see how you used AI. I want to see the conversation that you had with AI. You have to give me access to use it. If you're using a translator, I don't need access to that. And I know a lot of you use like DeepL. There's a special citation for translating software. If you want to use that, send me an email. I can help you with that citation. Not a big deal. But just remember, when you are using AI, still 80% has to be your own, 20% of the writing can be sourced. So that's citations for our class. Moving forward, no credit will be given if proper citations are not used. If you attempt the citations, both in text and the full citation at the bottom, and maybe something's a little bit off, that's when I'm going to give you a break and I'm like, hey, can you fix this? Or, well, this looks good, but work on it a little more here. That's okay. I don't expect everything to be perfect right away. But if you're not giving me in-text citations, or if I cannot access your source, or if your source is not like a vetted source, like no blog posts, please, there will be zero credit earned, and we cannot make up those assignments. If you have questions about whether or not you can use a source, send me an email. I'm happy to check it out and say, hey, yeah, this applies, use it, or steer you towards something better. Um, I hope that covers all the confusion about citations. If there's any questions, just ask me. Office hours on the homepage, pretty responsive by email. And yeah, all right. Thank you guys.